I mean, there's plenty of footage of Beterbiev to look at, and most of it is him knocking guys onto the canvas. Let's be honest. Um, I mean, how's the adrenaline? Do you have a little bit of nervousness about that?
Absolutely not. I'm so. When I was going to Russia, people were like, "Have you got nerves?" Even people in my team was like, during that fight, like coming like the way you done the ring walk, like, are you not nervous? And I'm like, no. Like the way I grew up in East London. People put in. I was more scared when I was going to a rave in Forest Gate or going Stratford Rex, where you know there's people just pulling like guns left, right, and centre, trying to rob people. To me, that's a situation to be in. When I was growing up, people were getting stabbed like to death in like next to me, and everyone's running or whatever. Their situation, you're like, raw. This is like I'm getting paid to do what I like to do naturally. I like to fight. I like to have a little tear up. I'm in the gym. You know, we're wrestling, we're fighting. I like to do this, and it's like I'd rather do this with my life than go the other way. So many of my friends, so many people I grew up with, people that went to my primary school, secondary school, they chose a different life. They went the other way. So I do this for me, the people around me, and my family. And number one, God.
Yeah, your family just behind us there. Good turnout today. Lots of youngsters running around as well.
This is what I'm trying to say. The next generation, even that box up crime, there's so much kids or young men, young women even, that come to me and say like, ask me questions. What's it like being famous, or how did you do it? I'll give them time. I'll sit on, stay focused, or do this and that. But everyone says that, then that's what you're meant to do. Anyone you speak to, there's no secrets. There's all these things on YouTube. Oh yeah, you have to do. Stay focused. Me, I'm a firm believer in God. So it's like you stay true to who you are. You work your ass off. You work so hard. You need to work your A double snakes off. Like your ass is not meant to be there afterwards. You're meant to work your ass off consistently. So that's it. There's no secrets. And again, you might not believe in the beginning, but you train yourself to believe. You start seeing things come to fruition, but it all comes from how hard you work.
Yeah, and you mentioned your family there. You mentioned God. I did see right at the beginning before you thought you just took a little look up. Is that to God? Is that also thinking of obviously the people that sadly passed the last couple of years as well?
Do you know what it is for me? Depending on everyone's beliefs, I don't really, in these moments, I don't really look up to see, because no one knows where anyone goes when they leave us. Some people look down because people get buried. You get what I'm saying? Everyone,
Yeah, of course,
I'm not
yeah.
here to be playing God. No one knows the afterlife. But for me, the one thing that is unquestioned is God. So I look up, I give thanks to God. Because I could have a different life. I could have a complete different outcome. Easily. I've been in certain situations where I made bad choices. People around me was making bad choices. Some people, their choices put them in the dirt. Some people, their choices put them in jail. And these were people that was close to me. And again, I was involved in all that kind of stuff. So I have to look up and thank God. Because I was a person that had a good heart. And then when it come to that decision, I said, no. All that stuff you are doing, it don't make sense. Let me try something that's a bit hard. Because that's all it is. Boxing is the hardest thing you can do in the world. In the world. It's the hardest. All the other stuff, yeah, it comes with having a bit of bravery, but it's easy. It's quick money, it's easy. This you have to build, you have to work hard. That's where I look up. Thank you, God.
Good for you. And now you have made that right choice. You're on that path. The man in front of you. How do you beat him?
By being AY. Being Anthony Yarde, being the best version of myself. And you know what? This is what's exciting for me. And this is the reality of it. So much people will tell you different things. They will say, I'll just jab him, I'll move, I'll do this, or I'll attack him head on. You don't know until you get in there. That's the reality of it. You train, you make sure you're fit, make sure you're physically strong, make sure you're mentally and physically there, sound. But at the end of the day, once you get in there with the person, and how they shape up in front of you, you can do all the sparring you want, you can do all these kind of things. No one's going to be Beterbiev. You can get people that can replicate him a bit, but again, that can be dangerous because you can feel like you're prepared for one thing. He could start dipping and start throwing it. You're like, whoa, what's happening? Work on being adaptable, adapting to somebody, or work on your all game, all the way around the board. It's exciting, man. Exciting because no one knows what's going to happen until you get in the ring.
And a few years ago, you took on a Russian on his home turf. It's the other way around this time, so it'd be nice to have the boot on the other foot.
Exactly. Again, people don't know the Russia story.
I was there out with you, so
You was
yeah,
there.
yeah.
But I'm not one of the people like the fight's done now. Is what it is. Boom. Sergey Kovalev. I went to his backyard. I didn't go to Moscow, and I went to Chelyabinsk. We had to have armed security with us because that's how dangerous it was. I said to the guys, "Is it really that dangerous here?" He looked at me and said, "For you, yes." And was looking around, had his hand on his, consistently looking around. He said, "Yeah, it's dangerous." I got my family with me. I'm like, "Oh, you lot, stay close, stay close." All these things, luggage getting taken, cold food after the weigh-in, like no clean drinking water. Turn off my hot water the day before the weigh-in. All these little things. So it's like, I have to be mentally strong. I'm going. I'm still gonna go out there and fight. I'm still gonna go out there and fight. It shows you what you're made of.
And all that, and you nearly beat him that 8th round, as we know, that famous 8th round. Just, probably next time, next time is in January. It's a few more years, I think that's 3 years ago now. You're more experienced. You've learnt from that defeat, and I'm guessing that your eyes are on the prize firmly now.
Firmly. I feel like it's just a different time. Sometimes you could do things before your time, but at the same time, you fast forward to now. When I win the fight, they're gonna say he needed that Kovalev fight. He needed that experience. He needed that first fight with Lyndon Arthur to say, yeah, the judges, everyone sees things differently. You have to beat Anthony Yarde.